Let's move to the P-factor page. The P-factor calculation adjusts for any conservation practices applied to the field to reduce erosion. This page is used only if conservation practices are used on the field. If no practices apply, the default will be 1 and will have no effect on the final erosion value. The most common practice in Maryland covered on this page is contour plowing. If this practice is used on the field, click on the contour button. From the options that appear, select the ridge height. Enter the grade along the furrow due to tillage being somewhat off contour. And select the cover management code. You can find the descriptions of the codes in the old PSI manual. Strip cropping is also used to some extent in Maryland. The information for the strips on this page is tied to the slope information on the LS page. For example, on the LS page, the field had 200 feet of slope, 150 feet at 3% slope, and 50 feet at 8%. And this number here is showing us a weighted average of the 3 and 8% slopes for that 200 feet. First, we will enter the number of strips within that slope length from the LS page. Let's go ahead and enter 4 strips by left-clicking on the down arrow. We can also indicate whether we want to enter the strip widths as a percent of the slope length or in feet. Let's keep the default as feet. Enter the cover management codes for the strips. Left-click on the code number. From the box that pops up, determine the appropriate code and type it in. And then enter the width of the strips. And as you can see, the slopes reflect those entered on the LS page. So the first 150 feet were 3%, and then the top 50 feet was 8%. We don't often run into the other 2 practices for erosion control on this page. Terracing depends on the horizontal interval of the terrace and whether or not the terrace has closed or open outlets, and if open, the percent grade of the outlet. Subsurface drainage, insofar as it limits overland flow, may reduce erosion. Based on the limited information available for this practice in RUSLE1, users simply enter a value within the range of 0.6 to 1.